So everyone's been asking me what my predictions are for the upcoming next patch, not the next patch, but the next patch, which first of all is the stupidest name for an update ever, calling it next, because people are going to get so confused, but whatever. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, in MapleStory Korea, where we get a lot of our updates from, not 100% of the time, but we get pretty much most of the stuff from the Nexon Korea version of the game, they're going to be having a big giant announcement and showcase of what the big updates are. And that patch is called Next, like Next. So it's a little bit of a confusing for the name. I will be covering that patch live on my stream later tonight. So please do not miss out. There will be live translation as well. Shout out to DK for translating and being so generous with his time. Me, Jerome, and Taco will be live reacting with DK. So pull up to the Twitch channel. It will be at +7 reset. So 7 hours after this upcoming reset, December 6th at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So definitely don't miss out, because this next update will probably be a meta-defining moment and will likely change everything. And obviously I'm going to have a lot of update videos about it, even if you can't make it to the live stream. And I'm going to have all my thoughts, everything, so you guys will know exactly what's coming. Anyways, a lot of people have been asking me to make a video about my predictions on what's coming in the next update. So here are my predictions real quick. Now, this is in no particular order, but I feel like these things are pretty likely to happen. So the first thing would be either a class remaster or a new class altogether. Now, the reason why I think this is going to happen is because the last class that we got was Kali, which obviously is an amazing class, but it's been so long since we got a new one. Kali came out in the Savior update, which is about 1.5 years ago for us and 2 years ago for the Korean MapleStory game. So usually they don't take 2 years to release a class. Usually it's either every 1.5 years when they release a class, but it's been a really long time since we've gotten one. So I really feel like if they were to release one, it would probably be now. They could also do another remaster. I had an idea that when they first did Shade and Iran, I'm like, oh, they're probably just going to remaster all of the MapleStory heroes at once, but they're only going to do it 2 at a time. So maybe it would be like Evan and Mercedes next, or Lumi and Phantom or something like that. So either one I think could happen if they just continue remastering the heroes, because in my opinion, Shade and Iran didn't even need a remaster, but for some reason they still did Shade and Iran. So I thought maybe that they're just doing all of the MapleStory heroes and they just randomly selected these two. Or maybe it's both. Maybe it's a remaster and a new class. And then as for what the new class could be, it could be like a Flora Archer, you know, another Flora, because we don't have a Flora Archer. It could be another Nova class, because we still don't have all the slots for Nova. We also haven't gotten another pirate in the game since Ark's release. There has not been another pirate since Ark came out, guys. Like, Ark came out in 2018, so maybe it would be another pirate. Some people are speculating that it'll be an entire new class, like branch at all. But I just feel like that's kind of weird, because there's so many branches that are unexplored, like the Anima branch. There's only Hoyoung and Lara. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about a new class, or if there is one, and anything in regards to that. The next thing that I think could happen is a Damian remaster. So we recently had a Lotus remaster and it was really good. Like, everyone loves the Lotus remaster. Like, it's actually such a good job. It increases the chance of pitch. We got a new pitch item, all that. But Damian, which is like the pairing boss with Lotus, didn't get a remaster. And Damian's also one of the most frustrating bosses in the game. The phase 2 blue balls are just like the most annoying thing ever. So that boss definitely does need a remaster. It's also like so old at this point. It's been so many years since Damian has come out, and there's so many better and more engaging new bosses that are in the game. The other thing that's really annoying about Damian is it drops Rune Force Shield, and the reason why that's so annoying is because Demon Avenger and Demon Slayer are like balanced around that item, because it gives them so much damage, and it's just completely RNG whether or not you can get it. If we get a Damian remaster, I'd love to see a way for Demon Avengers and Demon Slayers to get a more guaranteed way of getting Rune Force Shield. And I don't know about getting a new pitch item from Extreme Damian. Magic Eye Patch will probably be a higher chance to get, because I believe when they released the Total Control, they said that's it, they're done with the pitch set. So maybe it could be part of the Brilliant set, which is like higher than the pitch set that's coming out in the future, whatever new item Damian drops. But I think Damian definitely needs it. Like, that boss is so miserable to run. It's just not fun. And it's not really even that challenging either. Like, Damian's either in the air where you can't hit him, or the blue balls are making you do 90% less damage, so that it just artificially makes the run longer. So it's just really stupid. The next thing that I think we will probably get, and the thing that I'm most looking forward to personally, is new Hexa skills. Now, there are 5 Hexa skills that we still don't have. Like, to me, I find this unbelievable. Like, how long is it going to take for them to release all of these skills? Because if they keep doing it at the pace that they're doing it right now, it's going to take so many years to unlock every single skill. Now, a lot of people say like, oh, new mastery, new mastery, new mastery. Now, maybe we could get one, but I don't think it's that important. I think new skills is the most important thing. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think any class in the game would get as a new skill. Keep in mind that this first skill is the origin skill. I'm not talking about another origin skill. I believe when they released the origin, they said that this type of skill, like a big 6-minute super burst giant cooldown animated skill, is one of a kind for each class. It doesn't mean that every single one of these skills is going to be an origin skill. I think these skills are going to be very similar to the 5th job skills, where it's just a new skill for every single class to give them a lot of power. Now, you might think, oh, this isn't that big of a deal, but a new skill can change the meta entirely. I know a lot of people haven't been playing for that long, but I remember when the 5th job skills were coming out, and every single time a 5th job skill came out, the entire meta changed. Like, what class was the strongest changed every single time. Like, these skills have the potential to add over 100% final damage per skill. Like, that's how big of a deal it is. If you really break down the impact of 5th job skills, you'll probably realize that, like, yeah, I actually get so much damage from these skills. Like, imagine if you just didn't have 2 of your 5th job skills, right? You would be significantly weaker, like, by an insane amount. So imagine how impactful it is if it was a 6th job skill. Like, if you didn't have your origin at all, like, your burst would be probably half as big. Now, I think we could get more than a skill node. I think we could get a skill node and a mastery skill node and a common or something. But I think we definitely need at least another skill node. Like, it's super, super important to get it as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about a new skill node. The next thing that I think is possible is a new boss. Now, I'm not talking about a new, like, extreme super high-end endgame boss. I'm thinking something more like Slime, because when Slime came out, it wasn't the hardest boss in the game. It was just this like mid-game boss that was pretty useful. Like, it dropped a pretty useful item. And what I'm thinking now, this is just a shot in the dark, but I don't know. What I'm thinking is they release some, you know, mid-level boss, and it gives them a belt. Now, the reason why it gives them a belt is because the Korean MapleStory community does not have Goluk's belt. They literally use like Pink Bean belt or Tyrant belt until they get Dreamy belt. And I feel like if they release some sort of like level 160 belt that was part of the Dawn boss set, just like how they released a level 160 ring because they didn't have that many rings, it would be pretty useful. It'd be pretty useful. Now, I don't know how useful that would be for us because we have Golux, and Golux is just so strong. So I doubt even a belt would do anything. But it would be a good alternative, I guess, if you don't want to get Golux for some reason. This is just a shot in the dark. I feel like they would release some sort of like mid-game boss that would help the power of like early to mid-game players a little bit more. The next thing that I think they're going to do is changes to burning. So this encompasses like everything. I think there's definitely going to be another item burning. It might be even stronger, right? Like, not just like the exact same item burning. I think there's going to be at least another item burning, at least another 2 hyper burns for sure. And then there's probably going to be something even higher than a hyper burn, like a burn to 270, 275 or something like that. The reason why I think that's the case is they have been slowly adding more and more like OP burns to the game. Like, we started off with Mega Burn 150, then Terror Burn, and then Hyper Burn. And then Hyper Burn went from 250 to 260 because it used to be only 250. And then they started adding Champion Burning, which got characters past level 260. So I feel like there's going to be a new burning that could take you all the way to even 270 or 275. And then Item Burning was like something that everybody really thought was a good idea. I think it's a really good idea as well. Maybe they give you like an even more juiced Item Burning that's up to 270, 275 or something like that. But I think at a bare minimum, there's probably going to be at least another 2 hyper burns, which is really good because you get another 2 260 characters on your account, which is huge for a Legion, huge for boss mules. You don't even have to like necessarily train your boss mules. You just keep waiting for hyper burns and just focus on your main in the meantime. And eventually you'll get boss mules. But yeah, I mean, those are my predictions for the next patch. Again, I'm going to have a live translation happening at +7 tonight, +7 reset. So 7 hours after reset, Friday, December 6th at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be live reacting, and it's going to be huge, guys. Like, this update has the potential to change everything. I've been holding back on some videos because I want to wait for this update so I know what's coming in the future. Obviously, let me know what your predictions are. Let me know what you think of my predictions. And if this video helped you out, maybe consider helping me out by subscribing, pulling up to the Twitch stream, watch some of my other videos. With that all being said, though, I appreciate you guys a lot and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much to my members: Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Piconir, Skittles, Dante Victory, CK, J, Blunt Poppy Supreme Oil Backwards, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Assassin, and Migu. I appreciate you guys so much, and shout out to everyone who submitted fan art. If you always want to submit fan art, it's in the Discord linked below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.